You have to come out because we're part of this. We're part of your community. We're part of your congregation. We're part of the choir, directing the choir,
Sitting on stage,
sitting on stage,
in the minister's board,
in the minister's
the
board,
deacon board. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
All right, we are back with another episode of the Pew Babies show, and I know you like, y'all ain't on set. What's going on? That's because we are out here in the streets.
In the community.
In the community. And the Bible does say to go outside the four walls of the church.
Absolutely.
And go out to where they are. So that's what we're doing. And I know you're like, well, where you at? Show them where we at, because you got it right here in front of you. We are at Black Pride in St. Louis, Missouri. I know some of you feeling a certain way already, but guess what? If you don't like it, you can turn the channel. And if you want to find out what the people got to say, keep watching, because y'all already know we keep it real all the time. And we have one, the only, Damien. Did I say it right?
Yes.
I'm going to say, don't get me if I said it wrong. And he is the president. Tell the people a little bit about yourself.
So, born and raised in Birmingham, Alabama. I am a transplant here about 10 years ago. Met my husband online on Facebook. He's originally from here, moved here. Been with Black Pride now for about going on 6 years.
Okay.
Started off as a board member as the treasurer, and just this past October, now the president.
The elevation.
You in this elevation.
Well, this season we're talking about transition.
And that goes right along with this.
Okay.
So this is that's transitioning, because you're now in a new position.
Right.
So how do you feel about being in now a new position?
It's good. It is, having been with the board now for a few years before becoming president, obviously set me up for it. So, great bunch of people, honestly, an amazing community this year. This is our first year having the event since before COVID. So to come back and see everyone that showed up today and showed out, had a really good grace, and just love. It's been a great day.
And see, that's a key word that people need to know. In order to reach our community, the LGBTQ community, we need more love.
Absolutely.
And you have a church background, which you already shared with me off camera.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we find in the Black community, the urban community, the Black urban church community, when it comes to the LGBTQ community plus, we're hated on.
Yeah.
We're ostracized, we're belittled, we're down talked. We come in the building, but before we even sit down, we're judged and made to feel a certain type of way. And we wonder why don't nobody want to come to church and get delivered.
Right.
What's your aspect on that, being that you are a church background?
So church background. My short background is I grew up Missionary Baptist in the South. So imagine that, right?
Oh.
So being a Black gay boy in the South. And then I went to a non-denominational church that had a Baptist feel, but my pastor, my bishop at the time, was very welcoming himself.
Okay.
And he managed to move that into the church as well. Now they're still welcoming, but then after that comes affirmation. So where I am now, our church is affirming, and that means a difference. So affirmation is not only the LGBT plus community, but it is also about empowering women. It's about empowering seniors. So affirmation does embrace, it does what Christianity is supposed to do.
Say it again.
It does what Christianity
To the camera with you.
it does what Christianity is supposed to do. It's what affirmation and what being affirming is about. So now that I am affirming, my husband's the pastor of our church. I'm an elder in our church. I was an elder in my previous church before I came here. And so, so God has always been a part of my life. The biggest thing I would take away from that to give to anyone is that without someone else's love, you can still make it as long as you know that you have God's love. Then it's in your heart. So no matter what a Christian does to you, what you want to be concerned about is how Christ treats you. So that's my whole thing on that. Now go back to Black Pride now.
Yes, go back to Pride. Because
I was going to ask a question because, like we said, this is our segment, our whole season is about the transformation
Sure.
and transition. You transitioned from the South to St. Louis.
Right.
I did the reverse. I did St. Louis to the South.
Okay.
What's your culture shock of once you came up here to St. Louis?
So people really think, well, let me say this. People that are from here, I feel like the comments that I've gotten, I'm like, y'all have no idea what racism is until you lived in the South. So, and honestly, so when I first moved here, St. Louis was in the top 10 of safe LGBT cities in the country. And that was 10 years ago, and it's still in the top 10. And people don't realize that there's so much worse that's happening in areas that don't have Black Pride, that don't have Pride, period. They don't have affirming churches at all. We have a huge following on virtual for our church because a lot of people live in areas where none of this is available.
Wow.
So they depend on social media and the internet in order to get that touch, that feeling of being empowered and embraced and just trying to exist.
Yeah.
So,
And that's deep because people need to know this type of
absolutely.
information.
Absolutely.
Now you mentioned that this is the first event since COVID.
Since COVID.
So what's your take on any differences or anything?
The biggest thing is we're indoors, praise God.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Now, y'all, I'm still a little deaf because I was working to get everything set. But y'all see, I am sitting back after a long day chilling.
Right. So yeah, the biggest thing is honestly bringing indoors, and that's the thing that people I knew, but I didn't really get it until about maybe 30 minutes ago.
Okay.
For like the 8th person that said this has been amazing, but being inside made a big difference. You know, when we're hot, we cranky, we might cuss somebody out.
Attitudes.
We got attitudes, you know, and then you can't get the work done as effectively as you want to. So that's been our biggest change. The other change is that we have Black Pride St. Louis has a lot of new networking partners and colleagues that we work with. Like half of the room are previous connections and half are new. So that was really exciting for me to bring on some new people that we connected with in the community. Transformation. So much has happened since COVID. Like as horrible as it was, and as much as we didn't want to be in the homes, and nobody wanted to get shots, and then they can't get enough of them, you know, whatever. But it brought out a whole new perspective for people. So there's so many new businesses, so many new organizations that are out here working for us in our community. And when people say that, well, nobody cares about me, there's nobody out here, baby, look around this event alone. There's a lot of people that care out here, and not everybody is a part of the rainbow community, but they're allies and they're supportive, or they have loved ones who they embrace as well, and so they're willing to embrace you as well.
And that's important.
That's very important.
All centered on love.
Yep. Whether you understand being gay, lesbian, or trans, or bi, or whatever, if you don't understand it, as long as you can respect it, that's all most of us are really even asking.
It's that simple.
You know, I respect anybody because Kokisha can go out and have 6 kids by 3 different men, but that's okay. So
No judgment.
No judgment. No judgment. Kokisha. But my point is that's more embrace. We'll have her baby shower in the church fellowship hall. We'll do all of those things. But she has sex out of wedlock. That's supposed to be a sin, but you won't overlook mine now. I got a whole husband at home. I pay my bills on time. I ain't messing with nobody, but I'm going to hell. No.
But see, you took it back to the church aspect because you mentioned about her sin and that. It all goes together.
It all goes together.
Because that's
if you view homosexuality as a sin, I don't. But that's a whole other biblical thing.
We have to do that on another episode. But you said, though, about the sin aspect.
Yeah.
We need people to understand, okay, yeah, you may see this as a sin, but guess what? The Bible says sin is sin. It didn't say homosexuality is the worst sin. It didn't say all the different things. That's right. See, we got people in the back. See, we out here in the community.
We in the community. So I'm going to ask.
Sure.
Transition. What does that word mean?
So for us here in Black Pride, my thing to talk about ever since last summer coming up to this was that we're in a refresh. So my refresh for Black Pride is also a transition. We transitioned in some of the positions, but we've also transitioned in some of the networking and in some of the people that we communicate, some of the people that have been with us for years and we always bring back. And so it's about just giving a fresh face, I don't want to say a new image, but taking what was already there and enhancing it, moving into the next level, transitioning upwards, and to not feel like we're not worthy of it. There's a lot of us that feel like, well, we can do our little thing, but we don't want to do too much. Why not? Everybody else does too much. Why can't we? Now, mind you, I want to do it in a nice, respectful, not hurting nobody way. But yeah, let's do too much. So yeah.
That was a lot that you just said right there, and I'm sure some of them at home scratching their ear. Keep scratching because the truth will set you free.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate. Now, is there anything that you would like to tell our audience about Black Pride period or the weekend? Or
because we have a vast audience, LGBTQ, straight, church, non-church, all the
Airline,
above.
non-airline.
White, black, diversified. That's why you see all different color babies on this logo.
I like that. I love the logo.
Thank you.
The biggest thing I would say is that even when you don't understand, a level of respect is all anyone can ask for. I don't understand being a Muslim, but I don't have to, but I respect them. And so the same thing with being an LGBT person. So Black Pride is about embracing and moving, and especially particularly for those of us of color, for Black folks here in this area. But we have so many allies who are not Black. So we embrace that as well and appreciate the support. Just be understanding and open, and understand that Black Pride is going to move forward. We're going to bring you everything that we can. One of the things that I love to say in every interview that I do is that we can't be all things to everyone, but we will do our best to serve and assist you.
Well, that is an amen note right there. Because at the end of the day, we all are just trying to be served.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we thank you for giving, because we know you're busy. I'm glad you got to take a little break.
Look,
The
y'all
event
gave
is
my feet
still-
a break, so yes, thank you.
So we're going to keep it rolling. This is the president. We're going to interview with various individuals. We have more to come, so stay tuned, and we'll be right back with another interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Guess what? What? We got them shirts for sale. We got them cups for sale. We got that merch for sale.
We got that merch for sale.
Oh, we got that merch for sale.
We got that
Click the link in our bio on all of our social media accounts to get your merchandise today.
So good afternoon. We are here in Black Pride STL, and I have the privilege and the honor to interview a legend. Some of you may know her, some of you may not, but after this interview, I promise you will know her. I'm just saying. And this is the queen to me, Regina Anye. Did I say it correctly?
Yes, you did.
So, first of all, can we talk about how long you've been a performer?
I've been performing for 40 years.
I demand to see some ID, because that means you would be at least 40. That means you was
About-
doing it. You came out the womb.
Well,
Black don't
about
cry.
38. But see, I started off as a male entertainer first. And then as you all were talking about transition, I transitioned over to female impersonation.
Okay.
So I started off, I was a male lead with my friend. His stage name is Alicia Kelly. It used to be Alicia Anye, and that's where I got the Anye from, because we were sisters.
Okay.
And our drag mother was Miss Gold. I don't know if you all remember the legendary Miss Gold from back in the Zipping Lounge days. 747.
Oh,
You're
yes.
gonna really put ages on us now.
Well,
But we still here. And that's a blessing.
I'm a
That's-
blessing.
Yeah.
yeah, and you
56.
is.
And you don't look.
Thank you.
Don't, but see, as I say, black don't crack.
That's right.
Black.
We
don't-
cracking somewhere, but we holding it together with a little glue.
Well, hey, it's working then.
Yeah.
So tell us, what does St. Louis Black Pride mean?
Well, I am a former Miss Pride, and I always wanted to be a part of the system and wanted to be a part of Black Pride. And I ran about, I think I ran 2 or 3 times. And I set it to the side because then I felt like they didn't want me as their queen. But, you know, everything has its time and its season. And when I came back, I believe it was my season. Black Pride, I love Black Pride. I'm black and I'm proud to be black.
That's it.
You know, so, and I'm proud to be who I am as an individual. I am a gay male and I am a female impersonator.
Yes.
And I have been doing this, like I said, I've been doing this ever since I was about, I started doing entertainment. I think I started somewhere around 16, maybe 16, between 16 and 18. And like I said, I started off as a male lead and then transitioned over to doing female impersonation accidentally.
Oh,
A group of us went out on Halloween And then we dressed up. It was our first time, and then we were all being pulled on by all the community, and asking were we performers and when we gonna do a show and all that. So that kind of like gave us the itch, and so then we start doing. We did a little contest back in the day at Faces. It was called "Why I Like Being a Girl," and so we started off doing that, and then we were asked. Well, I know I was asked to come and perform in Faces, and I think Faces outside of was my first club to perform as a female. It was. That's where I got my start. As a female impersonator. That's where I got my start. And like you say, what does Black Pride mean to me? Um, I'm very proud to be a part of Black Pride. Like I was listening to the individual before, and he was saying that a lot of cities don't have open Pride Fest, and they don't have they're not open. They can't um, exemplify their lifestyle in the open.
Right.
Whereas St. Louis, we have better opportunities, and we have better feedback and better what am I trying to say? Opportunities. Opportunities of being who we are and what we're about.
In events.
Yes, yes, and so Black Pride has opened those doors for us and helped a lot of communities and helped a lot of people, you know, people different nationalities and different like the gay, straight, bisexual, transgender communities. They have opened a lot of big avenues for all of us. Now I'm not going to say those because I'm a part of those. A lot of avenues for us, you know. So Black Pride is very important.
Okay.
It's very important for our people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I want to touch on, because I heard you say how in the beginning you said everything has a reason and a season. So with you saying that let me know to where I come from, you got to have some type of church background that you said that.
He trying to get into that.
Well, you know, I
Trying
gotta
to slide. He trying to slide into it. Trying to slide in there.
I got to.
Well,
So
come on, let me see what I got.
come on in the room.
Come on with it.
So, do you have a church background?
I do.
And being a part of the community, what is a positive you would say regarding the church, and what is a negative that you feel needs to be bettered with the church
Well,
when it comes to the community?
I don't have a lot of the same experiences as a lot of our community have in the church. Meaning that I have not been ostracized for being who I am. I've not had a problem being Reggie and being a gay male. There has probably been whispers and talks and different things like that, you know, behind my back or whatever, but I don't. I've had one situation in one church because I dressed up. Like I said, I dressed up.
Because I was going to ask, I was going to say.
I had dressed up, and I wasn't. Back in that time, they had a pageant called Fanny's Ball, and my friend was in Fanny's Ball, but I was just dressing up with, dressing up because we was doing that Halloween thing, and I got a little feedback from this particular church. I'm not going to mention what.
Yeah, don't even.
About me being. They said I was in the pageant, and at the time, I was in the choir, and I got asked to come out of the choir because I was in drag. But what I was so hurt and upset about is that I wasn't in the pageant. I was just with my friend, and we were just out for the Halloween night. But regardless of that, I was grown. Secondly, the particular church I went to was known for gays. And and there had been people of my caliber before me done what I've done before I did it, and nobody was
saying anything.
No, and I didn't understand why I was triggered or pinpointed, for doing what I did. But so that was the only issue that I had. The only issue that I had since I've been in the church and been gay and grown or whatever. But most of the churches, well, I've only been to 3 churches, two, three, four now, um, and I have not had a problem with my congregation or my pastors or people in general because I'm who I am. I'm me. I'm I'm not hiding anything that I do. But I'm not. Some people we want to go to church and they just we want to be a bit much, or to me, I'm just gonna say maybe they're just being themselves, and maybe themselves are just bit much to you know
Everyone else.
everyone else, and I'm just not, I don't go to church just to flamboyantly show my lifestyle. That's not what I'm about.
You there
And
for
that's
God.
not what church is about.
That's right.
Church is about praising God and getting the word and understanding the word and living your life the best of your ability in the word or whatever. So it's not about who you're loving or because you're the same gender loving person or you have a partner or you just like what you like or whatever. It's not about all that. When I go to church, I go to church for church. I go to church for church. I don't go to church to to show off fashion or to see who I can see or see who I can get or all that type of. It's not a dating ground for me. It's I don't go to church to try to partner up with people. You know, I
That's your
don't get
refuge.
messy and stuff like that in other people's business. I go to church for church.
And
So
it sounds like
that's
you
how
there
it's been.
because you want what God has for
For
you.
me, exactly.
And look to the camera, and because when it comes to the community, they feel as if because of the lifestyle or whatever that you can't have a relationship with God. You can't know God. You don't read the Bible. When you talk to them and let them know, it's just after what you said, it is a very real thing. Just
Yeah,
because
it's
of
real. God is real in my life, and God has accepted me my way, the way I am. I didn't choose. People say this is a choice. No, I didn't choose to be the. It's just how I am, and it's the way, it's the way I accepted how I am, and I started loving on me. When you were young, when we were young, you're like, well, why am I like this? And what happened? And why? And why? I don't go through all of that anymore because God chose me to be who I am. God knew who I was going to be. He knew that I was going to be right here on this couch talking to to
on
you
this
guys
day.
in these lashes.
Oh,
Because the
The lashes are
lashing. They are
and the hair is
lashing.
hers.
I've been doing this drag thing for a while. I'm not ashamed of it. And I have been doing it for a long, long time. I enjoy doing it. I make money doing it. It's a part of me. It's a part of my makeup. It's a part of who I am. And until I can't do it no more, or I don't want to do it anymore, or don't desire to do it, then I won't. I don't get ostracized at my church about doing it because a lot of people at my church knows that I do it,
Okay.
and the churches before knew that I did it,
Okay.
and they come to my shows, they come to my pageants, they come to different things and events that I give. So I'm cool with who I am. I'm cool with Reggie and Regina in the same.
Now,
In
can
that
you
order.
explain what a female impersonator is? Because we've got some people that
Might know, but
might
don't
know
know.
or don't know or got questions or
So do you want me to explain what I think the difference in different
you. I mean,
entities?
you
Well,
can.
a female impersonator, in my frame of mind, is a guy, a guy, because I don't know if all female impersonators are even gay, But
That's
I'm
That's
gonna
that's the
that,
say
thing.
that's a good.
That's
You
a
just
real
said a
good point.
I don't
mouthful.
even know if they're all gay, but I just know that we are guys that dress up in women clothing and makeup, hair, nails, so on and so forth. And we enjoy performing as a female. We learn music. We try to impersonate different artists, and we try to get hair like them, You know, we do the best that we can to be an illusion.
I
We're
was
calling
gonna
it
say the full
a
illusion.
full illusion. We're illusionists, you know. So that's what female impersonation is to me. We're just an impersonator. We don't hate women.
Say it
And then
again.
look at the
See,
You had to
that's
put
what I was.
that-
That's what I
Hate
wanted to
women.
get to.
Uh-huh.
We
That
love
part.
women
There you
because
go.
I can't hate the person that brought me here.
Say it again.
Say it again for
Because
the
the
people
person
in the
that
back.
brought me here was a woman.
Uh-huh.
And so I can't hate. I don't hate my aunts. I don't hate my cousins, nieces, nephews, whatever. I don't hate them, you know. And the joy of impersonating a woman is the beauty of a woman.
Mhm.
Women are beautiful,
That's it.
and that's why we dress up so that we can be beautiful.
To show how
You
much
know.
you love being beautiful.
Right? You know.
So, how do you feel about some of these states that are doing this ban on performances, saying
Drag performances, all the above,
and
yeah.
things like that? Because it's hot in the news right now, and my personal opinion doesn't matter. What is your opinion?
Go ahead.
My personal opinion is that you're a performer. Just as Beyonce performs, just as Janet performs, just as Usher performs, any other performer, they're doing their performing to make their life
And giving the entertainment
and give
stuff.
you the entertainment that you want.
Oh,
So I feel like the notoriety of female impersonation, drag per se, is becoming too much for the people. I think since drag has been a female impersonation, drag, or however they want to call it, has been around a
Yes.
long time.
yes.
It was you know, we before we knew it. But the thing of it was, it started off in comedy, and then once it started getting glamorized, and people started wearing the more makeup and the hair and all of that type of stuff, and then when the RuPaul thing came. I think that's when the problem began, because he has been around a long time, and he's been in movies and stuff like that. But you know, this thing started way back. Flip Wilson.
You better say it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Flip Wilson, Martin Lawrence, you know, Jamie Foxx, all of them, you know, everybody's doing some type of form of drag or female impersonation or pretending to be some type of woman. But when it came to this RuPaul thing, and these girls start traveling and being notarized and
celebrities,
and becoming celebrities through the RuPaul, I think that's when it started becoming a problem, because they're openly putting because we were in the nightlife and in the clubs, and nobody never really saw us but us,
because it was night,
right? And or just because it wasn't shown like it's being shown. It's been television. It's been
commercialized.
It's commercialized. Being on television and all type of little sitcoms and shows, and then they're putting female impersonations and stories and
giving it to what they say women who should have those roles and all
that. You know, then you got those that are out here that are doing they're modeling and so on, so acting and all of that. So I think it's becoming too much, so say, for the straight community and some of the straight community. And they can't, I guess they can't appreciate the art of it. And you know, a lot of people don't know, when they don't know what it is all about, or if they're not a part of it, they're afraid.
Yes.
And they're not, and you know, and I'm hearing that, you know, we're influencing the youth to become transgender and all that type of stuff. Well, you're saying that now. Well, who influenced the transgenders that became transgenders before these youth? Who influenced them?
I had to look at the camera because that was a camera moment.
That was.
Well, let me look at which one. Who influenced them? Because there were way more transgenders before these new babies came out.
Yes.
And they're seeing what's going on. Only thing that's different now is that these new babies are seeing how to look more like a woman,
because
live
they
more
have
like a woman.
People to see.
Yes, it's more out here. You know, they're not just, it's not just like it was back in the day. You know, most transgenders started off being streetwalkers and stuff like that. They were not accepted to get a job or be able to be in the community openly gay and being living as a woman.
Yeah.
You know, so it's probably being too much for them, and they're not wanting to accept it. Well, that's on them, because life is life, and life has changes
and keep changing.
The world goes around.
Transition.
It's transition. Because I truthfully, I started off transitioning not because let's see how I put this. I think I was doing it because I wanted to look softer on stage, and I wanted to. I wasn't really trying to be a woman, so it's like I started some of the process, and then when I started seeing my body start changing and stuff, it kind of scared me. So I kind of like bagged up off of it. So I still have some of it, you know. I still have it, but I'm still able to live who I am. It wasn't. I'm not. I don't have anything against transgender living. It just fully wasn't for me.
Exactly.
I just wanted to be an entertainer.
Exactly.
And the things that I was doing to myself to be a better looking entertainer required for me to change my lifestyle. And I wasn't ready to change my life totally into a woman. You understand?
Yep, fully understand.
But I still love my transgender family, my transgender people. They're beautiful people to me, so I don't have a problem. It's just that I wasn't comfortable living that way. I didn't want to force myself to live like that because I did alterations to my body that I could stop, that I did stop.
And everybody's different.
Yes.
That's why we have freedom of choice,
Exactly.
freedom of speech,
Right.
so that we can live our own best self.
Yes, I enjoy dressing up and looking like I look, and then I come out of it and I can just live my life how I live my life,
And still,
but I still get called a girl when I go. So sometimes it be like, well, shit, maybe I should have changed. Excuse me. Maybe I should have changed. Right. Maybe I should have changed. I mean, because they still be saying that I be fully bearded. Sometimes they be, ma'am, yeah, I wear a goatee. And they be like, well, ma'am. I'm like, come on, y'all. So what y'all think I'm a lesbian? So y'all think I'm a lesbian. But see, I got this chest though. This chest kind of messes them up.
Okay, okay.
And
Because it's some rough looking women out here now.
It's this chest.
It's the chest.
This chest causes problems.
So I'm gonna ask a lighter question. What is your favorite song?
Oh no, I don't have a favorite.
You don't have a favorite?
Who's your favorite performer? Who's your favorite one?
My favorite performer used to be Patti LaBelle, but I don't know if it is anymore.
Okay. Oh well, you're
I
changing.
still love Patti, but I don't know if she's my favorite anymore. I know if she was my favorite. She's still in the top 5.
Okay.
Let's give her that.
Well, who's your top 5?
Listen to your top 5.
You say too much? Okay. You said Patty was enough. Okay, well, Patty, she gave you your just due.
That's it.
Well, at the end of the day, the whole premise and why we wanted to sit and have a conversation, so that what I tell people is, how can you understand an individual if you don't sit and talk to them and have a conversation? Yeah. We may have different beliefs, we may have different opinions, but we can sit down at a table, sit down on this couch and have a common conversation and, hey, yeah, I don't agree with you on this, I agree with you on this, and then get up and still be cool and friends, because at the end of the day, it's all about respect and love.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because I've been misjudged a lot of times. I only be, even with people, you have people that, well, I don't like her. I don't like him. Why you don't like her or him? Because your friend don't like her or him? Because you don't have a legitimate reason to not like her or him. If that person hasn't done anything to, well, she's just too much. She thinks she think. How do you know what she thinks?
And
you're a psychic. How do you know what a person thinks? If you have never held a conversation with them, you don't even speak to them. I've gotten a lot of that in my life. People not liking me because I'm just being who I am, just being me. You can't dislike, people do, but you shouldn't dislike a person just because of who they are, or the group of people that you're around don't like them or care for them, or one individual may not like them. That's not good, and that's not fair, and that's not healthy.
Not at all. And we're big on self-care and self-help.
It's not healthy.
Mental health.
Yes.
So I've let a lot of negativity and a lot of toxic situations and relationships and people out of my life. My life is good now. I have a lovely partner, and we're doing things and we're going places, and, we got a lot of plans. It took a long time for me to get to this place with myself, and I love me. I love being black, and I love Black Pride.
And you love God. all
Yes,
at the
and I
same
love God
What's wrong?
above all.
Above
Above all.
all.
Yes,
Y'all heard it.
above all.
That's
Well, I know we stopped you because you've been busy and working all day,
Yeah.
but we do thank you for gracing us with your presence, getting real with us, and keeping it very candid, because this is the type of conversations people need in order to gain understanding.
Standing of all environments, all type of people.
Yes. So, as you already know, we want to thank you once again. While you looking fabulous.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, fabulous! Because if my other co-host was here, she loved the big hair.
It's-
So I know she see this episode saying, "Girl, give me that hair."
the
That's for you, E.
Yeah.
So we thank you. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. I really, really do.
Thank
Did
you.
you have anything, Jetta, that you want to say?
I'm just
Say she's starstruck right now.
I am. I'm starstruck, a little awestruck at this
That's
moment.
just a little on me. There's nobody.
But
That's just a little on me.
But you know, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Pew Babies.
And tell them where they can find any of
Yeah.
your, if you want to share any of your information. It's up to you.
Well, I do have an Instagram page, and I do have. I'm on Facebook, Regina Anye.
There you go.
That's
All right.
Most of my information is on my page, Regina Anye. Shows, performances, patches, everything. I post a lot of things.
All
I
right.
put them on my story and as far as my news and on my news feed.
All right. Well, here again, live at Black Pride. We thank you. Get ready to go ahead and relax because you've been busy today.
Oh yeah, I'm finna come out.
That's it.
It's time to come out, honey. It's time to ungird. I am pulled in on this camera, I'm sure. But it's time to come up out of this.
Oh, glory.
So you stop that right now.
She said, we are gearing up for our new season. And you know what that means? We need you.
Yeah, so if you have a business, you're an author, you have a ministry, you have a testimony, you have a story to tell.
As long as they have something to offer.
Exactly. Make sure you contact us at pewbabyshow@gmail.com.
We are live back here once again at Black Pride, and you see a familiar face who was on the show with us once. How are you doing?
I'm amazing. I'm doing really great.
Are you happy to be here at the Black Pride in St. Louis?
I am absolutely thrilled to be here. I was honored to be asked to sing and
Yeah.
perform, so it was glad to be here and to be a part of my culture.
Well, you've been busy singing a lot here lately, dear.
Yes, I have.
I mean, you becoming a local show now, even bigger
Absolutely.
celebrity.
Thank you so much.
And God is just opening doors. And I mean, when you put out that type of energy, that's what you're expected to get back.
Absolutely.
So, what about Black Pride? What are you happy and thankful about Black Pride?
I'm thankful that we get to celebrate Black Pride first and foremost. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful for community, thankful for my daughters and my brother and my family, and I'm just thankful to be on the right side.
And still here in the land of the living.
Absolutely. Vertical and breathing is one of my old customers used to say.
That's right.
Vertical and breathing, I'm pleased to be there.
That's right. And we're not ignoring you. You know, I'm just talking to Mother because we got history. So don't think that I'm ignoring you.
It's my baby, y'all.
Do you want to tell people your name?
Oh, my name is Amaria. That's all.
She's such a-
Straight to the point.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
No, look, you know,
See,
you
I
not.
already love the face.
Yeah, I'm a fan, you
It's a
too.
thick.
Because I'm telling you, I'm feeling it all over
Yes, baby, we
here.
all need this. It's hot.
See, because them summers be hitting, and it's summer.
Yeah, and then we got all these extra things
Extra.
on us that just keep leaking.
and sweating.
So what's new since you've been on the show? Because like I said, I know what you've been doing, but the people don't know what you've been doing.
I have been working. I've been getting booked like left and right. As far as like singing, I got a lot of stuff coming up soon. I actually just got booked to host a karaoke night at the Gray Fox on Sundays. Every single Sunday. So yes, we'll be hosting
When
a
is that
karaoke.
starting?
It started on September the 3rd.
Okay.
And every Sunday from 7 p.m. to 11, 21 and older, we will be hosting a karaoke community game night. So
Okay.
all the community, no matter who you are, you can come to this safe space, have a drink, get some pizza, sing, play some cards or some dominoes or something. It's just a safe space for us to come out and be. But we also will be talking about, absolutely included HIV 101, safer sex, harm reduction, and sex work. We're going to talk about all of that, safe ways to do this. We'll show you how to properly use a condom, how to properly use Narcan, and just have like little fun facts about all of those in between, in the midst of us having a good time, having karaoke, and just being in community with each other. I also just picked up another gig with Operation Liberation in Kansas City.
Okay.
So I'm expanding my advocacy work to Kansas City.
Okay.
I'm
Because we know you are big in the community.
Absolutely,
If
and
y'all
I'm just
watch-
moving and grooving.
If y'all watch the episode, you will know that she is very big in the community when it comes to her children, when it comes to performing, when it comes to HIV advocacy. So if you didn't know, that means you need to go back and rewatch.
Absolutely. What was it, season 2?
That was season. We got so many seasons.
I was gonna say y'all up there now.
It's season 5 that
Yeah,
we're
y'all,
filming
it
right
was
here.
like season 2 or 3.
No, that wasn't 2. That was 3.
Okay,
That
yeah,
was
season 3.
Yeah, that was season 3. Look, I had to think because you just blessed it.
Right, your hair longer now.
And it's all mine,
It's
Jeanette.
coming
I'm
up.
sorry if I slapped you.
I can't say mine on mine anyway.
It's okay, it's all yours.
It's all mine. I bought it.
You bought it, it's yours. Claim it.
Long
So
hair,
look.
don't care.
This season, we are talking about transition.
That's
Okay.
that's our theme this season.
That's our theme for this
I love
season.
it. My episode was transparent.
The transparent view.
Yeah.
Yes.
So tell us what transition means for you.
Transitioning for me means, for me, it meant completely dedicating to the hormones and actually full throttle going, transitioning from male to female. But for me, this is as far as I want to go. Like, just I might get some titties or something, but see, mine grew out of me just fine. But as for me, this is where my transition stopped. Like, I'm scared of surgeries and stuff like that. So, this is it for me. I'm happy with who I am now.
And you're going through transitioning with all these new doors.
Right.
Well,
That's
see, I've been transitioning. Like, I've been living my life as a woman since I was 21, and I'm 36 now. But I've been transitioning for the past 4.5 years, successfully and like continuously transitioning. It's been a roller coaster, as y'all can see. I'm always hot. If you come to my house, bring a coat because it's on 60
Look,
all
same
the
way.
time.
Yeah,
No matter when it is.
It went hot at the interview because it was cold.
Ooh, it felt so good in y'all house too.
That's right.
And y'all had cold water. I never forget.
Come on.
Thank you.
I like cold
Let's talk
water.
about cold.
But yeah, like everything just been going good, and my transition it's been a bumpy ride, but it's been a good one. I love myself more. I'm more comfortable with who I am now than I was before.
And that's a blessing because we want progress and we want to see success.
Absolutely.
So, daughter,
Because she been quiet.
I know. I want to know. First of all, what does transition mean? Just period. Transition.
Transition for me is all about evolution. Evolution looks different for everyone because we all go through our very unique avenues. But for me, it's all about evolution, honestly. I don't focus too much on the transition that people put at the forefront for me.
Hey, follow me, y'all.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
See, she busy, y'all.
For me, I think that I guess I transition into something new every day. This is just something that's been highlighted, an experience that's been highlighted by other people for me. And I try my best not to highlight it so much because I want to notice all the other transitions that I go through. Like, I'm a college student, so I'm graduating next year, which I'm going to transition out of college into, like, my career.
What's your name?
Urban affairs, concentration in public admin.
Smart.
Thank you. I'm going to transition into new endeavors, into new adventures, into new skills. So I really want to focus on those things now. I'm only 22, but I feel like as far as like my transition, as far as like my gender I'm not at an halt, but it's kind of something that's just in the background now that I have under control. And I don't allow other people to highlight it for me because it's my experience and I have the right to control if it's at the forefront or not.
Because it's your life.
Exactly.
Now, you coming back? Oh, come on and bounce right back.
She called my name.
This is one of those your very
Impromptu.
unique impromptu
yeah,
interviews. But that was you reference with daughter, so daughter was
My
answering.
baby, she got it.
It's
Okay.
like I said,
Okay.
beauty
All right, you
and
tagging
brain.
out.
Beauty
All right,
and brain. So
Steve.
that's what
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's very smart. I always say that she is the better version of me at that age. I was all over the place at
'Cause we know-
23.
Come on now.
see.
I was out here in these streets, but she is just like so focused. She's in college and like she's doing her thing. So I'm very proud of her. She's following in my footsteps, doing good advocacy work. She is the future.
And we love to see the youth
She is
advancing and being an example because we can't keep doing it all forever. They're going to have to pick
Right.
up and run.
Somebody got to take the torch.
Somebody got to push us.
And I'm gladly. Here you go.
That's it.
Here you go.
I ain't going
I'm tired. Seriously, y'all. I've been doing this stuff like advocacy work and all of this stuff, like, period. Like in the community, they call me Mother St. Louis because of like all the people that I've helped and helped raise. And
You can hear about it on the episode
absolutely.
again.
So they call me Mother St. Louis because I have basically helped everybody become better them, better people. Whether it was housing them, feeding them, making sure they got to school to get their diplomas, all of that. I did that for them. So it's an honor to be able to pass the torch along to someone that will uphold it just as much as I did, and it's just as genuine as I was, as I am.
And remind them why you still have a love for God.
Oh, because I do. I love Jesus. I love God. He's the head of my life, baby. No matter what I do, I don't care what nobody say because I know in my heart that it's a higher power and that He loves me. Because I just don't believe that you will make all these beautiful people and it be bad, or sin, as people say. Now, everybody believe what they want to believe, and that's on y'all. Y'all got that. But for me, I love Him, and I sing Him and I praise Him every single day.
And He loves you.
Absolutely, He do. He ain't got no choice. Because we tied tight. He got no choice. Period.
But we thank you. We know they are still calling you out to come back to the floor.
I'm
She
so
stepped
excited.
away to sit here and honor us once again, y'all.
I love my
This
Pew
is
Baby family.
alumni to the Pew Baby Show. So, hey, I'm sure just how, and see, it proves we in the community too.
Absolutely, I know.
Y'all see. So we are still here live at Black Crap. We thank you for
It's
gracing
my
us
pleasure. Thank
once
you.
more, and you enjoy the rest of the event and get you some rest, girl.
I am. I'm going home and go to sleep after this, y'all. Thank you so.
All right, we are back once again, still here live at the Black Pride in St. Louis, Missouri, and now we have the director, Randy. He said I can give his full government. I ain't gonna give it, but if he want to give it, he can. Do you want to give your full government?
It's up to you, man. I'm good.
You keep saying it's up to me.
Yeah,
We are.
I'll follow in your lead.
Well, follow my lead. So we are here, director. How do you feel being that the event is almost over? How do you feel it turned out this week?
Well, I think it's been good. We have a couple more events coming up. We got 2 parties tonight, and then tomorrow we have our brunch. It's You Must Be Seen in Green, our Black Bowl Beautiful brunch. So we're very excited about that. It'll be at the Renaissance. Tickets are on sale until 9 o'clock tonight. So if you ain't get your ticket, I'm sorry, but it's there. We're gonna feed you, and it's mimosa bar. So if you can have a drink, if you want to have a little cocktail, we got a mimosa for you. So,
Well, as you say to me, y'all being back pride and got very bougie. We've been away for 3 years.
Willow Bugetto.
Bugetto. Well, hey, that's good that we're moving up because, hey, that means we are seeing transition.
Exactly.
And that's our theme this season, transition. So to be away for 3 years and now to come back and to be bouncing back like you haven't been away and to be inside. Because we sweat.
Yes. So
Profusely. Profusely.
It's hot as Hades in August.
Uh-huh.
So we wanted to make sure and that was one of the biggest opportunities that we hear from our community. So it's like, you know what? Let's try something different. Let's take it from a festival outside and bring it and turn it into an expo.
Mm-hmm.
We did some different things. Matter of fact, we still have to do our drawing for the Beyonce tickets.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to do that in a little bit. It's too late for you to get it, baby. I'm sorry. you know. But with that being said, we wanted to bring our community into a safe space so they can be a part and to have a good time.
Because the cops have been walking around. So we are safe and secure,
Yes.
sheriffs and all.
Or copy.
Yes,
The cops are cops.
yes, definitely. We want to, and matter of fact, these individuals who are securing the space are also part of or allies of our community.
Okay.
So we wanted to make sure that we were safe, but we had those individuals who understand, who are supportive, and have the cultural competency to understand what being a part of this community is about.
And that's good because we know everyone has different egos and mindsets and stereotypes and all the above. So to know that you are dealing with somebody protecting you, who is you and know about you and understand you, that's a big thing.
That's a huge thing, and so that's why it's important because especially in this time, in this age, with what's going on and with all the different rhetoric, I'll say, around the LGBT community, LGBTQIA plus. If I'll tell you what the alphabet is later.
Because there's a lot of letters and
It's
they
a lot
keep
of letters,
adding every
yeah.
day.
Well, that's why they stopped at the plus. After the A, it's a plus now. So that shows it's all inclusive because we want to understand that we don't want to muffle anyone's voices or identity.
Exactly.
So that's why it's important because we love you and you are loved, you are valued, you are appreciated, and I mean I'll even say this: you are God's creation. So I'll go there and saying to where as a man of God as myself,
You knew I was coming around that mountain.
right, I mean, I think it's important in my relationship that I understand that I was created by Him and that I'm His. So therefore, with that being said, I'm here and I'm appreciated.
And you out here doing more than what a lot of churches do because you don't see them holding these type of events trying to get people to come out, give HIV awareness and all the above.
Yeah.
So that means you are doing something that is good in the sight of God.
Right. I mean, and from that, we have 5 different pillars that we operate out of because we're about building equity within the community that we're serving. So arts and entertainment, education, health and wellness, economic development, and social and civil justice are those different things that we put together to make sure that we're helping our communities in those things. We just started a relationship or a program to house individuals who are in need because I don't use the term. I don't like to use the term homeless. Sometimes they're unhoused. And with that being said, we understand those situations. I once was unhoused myself. I remember one time I had to sleep in a laundromat because I couldn't find a place to stay. So with that being said, I think it's important for us to do those things to make sure that we're reaching our hands and helping up the next generation, the next person, my neighbor. It's so important. So that's why we do what we do.
And that is very vital because we know homelessness or unhoused is on the uprise, and hot as it is outside right now. Oh Jesus!
Yeah, definitely. So we also provide other resources as well. We were a recipient of a grant from Nike, so we're very excited about that because we recognize as well that fitness is a part of our community that we want to make sure that it's there. So with this grant, we're able to connect Black queer people to the resources of fitness through fun and exciting ways.
That's very good. So now, being that you're talking about some of the different grants and such, are there any supporters from the church community for the event at all?
So there's some different organizations that came out. So Eden Seminary was a part. They wanted to make sure that they were here.
Okay.
The Sanctuary Church was here as well. United Methodist Church was a part. So you'll see some different organizations that and understanding that we're all God's children.
Yes.
And so we have to make sure that we're taking care of each other.
That's good. And to hear that some of these churches that here are the diverse church.
Yes.
Where's the urban church? That's why we're here right now.
All right. All right.
You have to come out.
You have to come out because we're part of your community. We're part of your congregation. We're part of the choir, directing the choir,
Sitting on stage,
in
the ministers board, the deacon board. I know y'all don't want to hear it, but it's the truth.
It's the truth.
Our theme for this season is transition. So hearing the word transition, what is that to you? What does that mean to you?
To me, hearing the word transition means elevation, means growth. It means our ability to transcend from one stage to a higher being, a higher self, a higher wellness, or a higher identity within ourselves. So when I hear the word transition, I also think of movement. We've been really pushing to find our way to fight for what is ours, what is right. And so when I'm hearing words transition, it correlates to me of movement, of growth, and also opportunity. So those are the different things I hear when I hear the word transition.
Now, with that very same word of transition, we see in the politics and real world all the different stigmas and laws that are trying to be put into place, as far as with drag queens, with same-sex marriages, because we know once they start with one, then it's a trickle-down effect.
It's a trickle down effect.
So, what do you have to say about that?
I'm not allowed to cuss on camera. While wearing paraphernalia, I can't cuss on camera.
Yeah, you at work right now.
Right, I'm at work right now, but let me say that the fight will be fought. Uh, we have been fighting for years for equality, for rights, for justice. And in the words of Martin Luther King, a threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So with that being said, when they start picking on individuals who are in some situations can't fight for themselves, that's why it's important for all of us to stand up and start fighting for them. So yeah, definitely we're going to be there and we're going to do the work to help and support our trans siblings, and also the kids. You just don't know and understand how some of these laws that put in effect. They're saying that okay, we got a little friend.
He want to be on camera
Right,
too.
you want to be on camera. I was like, dang it, I hope you don't fall on my head like they did in the debate.
No.
Yeah, I was talking about you, Mike
Pence.
Pence. But with this being said, though, we've seen the young people who are identifying as part of the transgender community, and I understand that when you don't understand something, there's a problem for you. But in this situation, these young people are understanding who they are, and with some of the things that are out there, so like the puberty blockers, that's important. Because if I've identified myself and I understand that who I am, but you're making me go through a process, this increases the problems that can come down to things like suicide. And so, with that being said, I don't know anybody that wants somebody that wants them to kill themselves. So I need to set up to make sure that these young people are protected and they can go through those things. And then when they're ready to make those changes, and they go through the proper channels, because they're not just saying, okay, you can go have a sex change. That's not how it works. They go through therapy. They go through. You have to get signed off by 2 different therapists. There's a whole channel of different things that have to go through for the transition process. And so, making sure that it's there and it's understood. But I hate the individuals who don't understand the science are ones who are trying to make the laws and make the changes for it.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, I asked for you to do the work to have a better understanding around it because it's bigger than all of us.
Well, we seen Representative Cori Bush
Yes.
in the building. We were trying to get a quick talk with her. She was busy, so we got a quick picture. But we see she is in the building and clearly in here showing her face that I am here on your side.
Yes, definitely. Yes, so she came out to support. We didn't even know she was coming, so that gave her. So that shows that we have a representative who really is in tune with the community
Yes.
and what's going on and what's happening. And I'm very proud to say that and see that because I'm that person. I'm gonna call you out when I need to call you out.
That's it.
Sometimes you need to be called out.
Because they ain't got a problem trying to call me out, so I'm gonna call you out too.
They call it out a
Now,
lot.
can you help our audience? Some of our audience, we've got some audience that's not as inclined as others. Explain the alphabet as you mentioned earlier.
All right, so LGBTQIA. L is for lesbian, G is for gay, B is for bisexual, T is for transgender, Q is for queer or questioning, I is for intersexual, and A is for asexual. And so,
And then plus.
That's
all the rest.
right. So pansexual and all that stuff.
All them.
all that. Yeah, all them right there. Yeah. So yeah, definitely part
No
of it.
shade, y'all.
No shade at all.
Shade.
No shade.
And so, and then people ask like, what does this term mean? So, what is intersexual? Okay, so intersexual is someone has both male and female, either chemically or biological parts. So, for instance, individual I know was born and identified as male, but as they grew, end up going through menopause and not knowing it. And so, chemically, their body was producing estrogen naturally
Without any type of
without
chemicals.
any type of chemicals.
Wow.
And so, that person is identified as intersexual.
Okay.
And so, with that being said, some people are literally born this way. And so, with that being said, when they say it's only two genders, well, no, I'm going to show you now, scientifically, you're wrong. It's more than two genders.
Well, the
So-
more you know, you just learned something.
Yeah, you learn something. So, yeah, so that's why it's important. And that's why we should say it.
Well, that's why we have these conversations because, like I said, you know, the church loves to judge and discriminate and all the above. And I tell them all the time, how can you minister effectively? How can you talk and reach us effectively if you can't sit down and have a conversation to gain understanding?
I heard it was on TikTok. Yeah, it was on TikTok. So I'm saying, well, so I'm going to give credit to the person. I don't know who they were, but it wasn't me. But they said people, especially within the church community, we like to say, well, God created Adam and Eve and not Adam and Steve. No, he did create Steve. He created me. He created you. He created all of us. So if that's the
You
case.
started on the Pew Babies page. Because that video did go viral.
Right. And so it's important to say that, though.
It is very
because
true.
He created all of us. So you can't say he just say no. That saying is not biblical by any means. So we're gonna call it out. We're gonna call it out. And as someone who was ordained as a deacon
Uh-oh.
in the Church of God in Christ,
Uh-oh.
I'm just gonna put
And
it
we
out
know
there.
it's a lot of LGBTQ plus in
Yes.
the Church of God in Christ. Because when they be coming here for the conventions, that's all I'm going to say.
I'm gonna say because we know them apps be lighting. Oh, okay.
Well,
So-
And on that note, thank you for joining us in this conversation.
they being very candid.
Very
Right.
candid.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Hey, that's what I told you. Keep
Right,
it 100,
right.
and we thank you. We sitting here with the direct. How long you been in the director position?
October actually.
So you just transitioned.
I just transitioned. I was the board president. My term was up. I was like, okay, well, thank y'all. It was great serving. And it's like, no, you ain't going nowhere.
So they say they need a leader.
So we're gonna put you on payroll. Oh, payroll. Oh,
Hallelujah.
all right. I love it. Yes. What you need.
That's
Let's get it. Yes. All right.
Well, we thank you. We hope to be at more events. We hope to come out again and be even bigger parts because these type of things are needed so that people can have clear understanding.
Yes.
And we know you're busy and we know you got to get back to it. So we ain't going to hold you up because you look at me like you know it.
Right.
All right. Well, thank you again.
Thank you guys for
And
having
we
me.
hope to see y'all again. We're live here at Black Pride in St. Louis, the Pew Babies show. Peace.
like, subscribe, share.
As always.